video, I'm here with the self-employed tax guy, and we're gonna talk to you guys about going legit. It's been a minute, and it's time because I got a lot more information with a lot more headache. How you guys doing? My name is Stan Bates from T-Shirt Side Hustle, and I help you start T-shirt businesses from home. But wherever you at, and this video is unscripted. I'm just going to ask you some questions about some things that I got some personal feelings about because of what I'm going through right now, and we're going to get into it right after the intro. Okay, let's jump right into it. But before we do, you guys know what I need you to do for me. I need you to like this video, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, because
this makes video, or he makes videos like this all the time. Yeah, you just threw me out there.
This makes video. What? Nah. All right, man. So listen, man, I've been struggling, right? And I got some philosophies. I got some good tips and things that I'm gonna bring to the channel. But since I'm here with you right now, man, it's so much stuff that we've been doing that I just don't even understand. You know, like, first and foremost, when it comes to starting a business, what is the first thing that people need to know when they not legit and they trying to make the transition to becoming legit? What is, like, give me one thing that they should think about and do right away?
Not worry. If I had to be honest with you, right? Because when we look at what makes a business legitimate, to be a legitimate business, you need two things. You need your product, you need a paying customer. Once those two things transact, you have a legitimate business. Everything else is what we build on. I think a lot of people jump off top trying to come out being like, you know, the GOATs. I'm going to start off being like I'm a multi-million-dollar company. And that's where a lot of people fail. Because when you're first starting, your resources are limited. So in my opinion, as somebody from the back end who's watching you spend your money, my first thing is spend money strategically, right? Then from there, it's like, now we go plan. That's the second thing. One, you spend your money strategically, but in order to do that, you need a plan. So if I'm gonna give anybody anything, it's gonna be to plan. Like we talk about it a lot. Well, I need to do this, I need to do that. Well, okay, let's map it out.
Right.
So we can see clearly what the end result is gonna be. Then we can plan from that.
All right, so we legit now, right?
100%.
We a solo entrepreneur out here. We hustling, we grinding. We got the right bank accounts. We got the money going into the right place. Man, you trying to build the business. You want to stop working in the business and start working on the business. Absolutely. So you ready to hire your first employee. Man. You ready to put somebody on payroll. You got two options on how to pay this person. Mm-hmm. The first one is as an employee. The second one is as a subcontractor. What is the difference?
Control. And honestly, that is the main difference. When you look at any labor laws from the U.S. Department of Labor down to the individual states, it all boils down to control. How much you control of an individual is going to determine whether you need to hire them as an employee or an independent contractor. If you can tell them when to come in, what to wear, when to take breaks, they're going to label them as an employee. Okay, versus if you say, you know what? Even as an independent contractor, you have some control, right? Like say, for example, I tell somebody, I want this room painted, right? All I got to do is I just want it painted by Friday at noon. That's the only control I'm going to have if I want to use them as an independent contractor. I can't tell them when to come in. I can't tell them what to wear. I can't tell them how to do it. I just want this painted Friday by noon.
So you can't micromanage the independent contractor.
So they can come in Friday at 11 a.m. As long as they have it by noon, I'm cool. I can't complain. I can't say nothing. That's really the main difference. But what's important in identifying employee versus independent contractor is because the cost. Independent contractor, you pay them what you pay them and that's it. But as you are now experiencing, when you have employees, now there's workers' comp.
You're going too far. You're going too far. All right, so I'm getting ready to do business with somebody. I'm going to pay them as an independent contractor. What information or what form do they need to fill out? What information do I need to collect from them?
For independent contractors, is one form. the Form W-9.
Okay.
That's what you give to them, and you hold on to it, and you're going to use the information that they put on the W-9 to issue them a 1099 at the end of the year.
Okay. And now, cool. I got a 1099. I don't have any problem. I pay them exactly what they say. I ain't got to worry about no taxes, no insurance after that. Well, you know, I got to file my tax, but I don't have to worry about what they do after that. It's something else, what they decide to do from there. All right. So on the other side, you got to get an employee, right? You hire somebody, you want control, you're going to have store hours or whatever the case is. What are things that you have to consider now that you got this employee? What forms do you need, and like what other things do you need around that? You already said one, but
how long you want this video to be?
Man, make it keep it short. We just trying to grace the surface, so you know I'm at a point. It's all about elevating, and we want to bring people a little bit of information. We can come back at a later date and go deeper and deeper, deeper, especially as I get deeper and deeper into it. You know, so. We tired of working in the business. We want to work on the business. We want somebody to be there, be knocking this out. They in the store. They working 8-hour shifts, 40-hour weeks. What are the things that we need for those people?
First, let's start getting actually registered as an employer, right? Because now that's what you have to do, which means we have to start with the state paperwork.
Okay.
You know, that's one thing I'm going to, even based on what we experienced, is to do that first. Before we hire anybody, make sure you get registered with the state, especially now if you're in the process doing this video. Some states are behind because of the pandemic, so you want to make sure you start there first so you can have everything in place, because with the states, they're going to give you your numbers that you need to report the payroll. Then once you get your state paperwork in place, then you have to do the onboarding process with the person you're trying to hire. And the paperwork that they're going to fill out is pretty much called an I-9, right, which gives them, which says they're authorized to work in the U.S. And then for their taxes, you're going to have the W-4, which is what they fill out as an employee. You don't do none of that, all that they fill out. But then you, as the employer, now your responsibility changes. Unlike an independent contractor, like here's $100, that's it, we cool. But now if I say, I'm paying you $100. Now I got to pay $100 plus half of your Social Security and half your Medicare. Now I got to cover you with insurance, workers' comp, right? And that's a variable because workers' comp is based on how much you're going to pay them per hour.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's just a fixed number. Then you got to consider, you know, if you want to provide, because now we're talking about employee retention, if you want to provide savings accounts, 401ks for them, health insurance.
We ain't quite there yet. Sheesh.
Setting up that kind of thing.
A lot more money needs to go around. So when it comes to like workers' comp, so we got some quotes and a lot of different stuff, and I'm just like, man, what in the world? Like, it's I got to pay how much to do what and quotes and all of this stuff. What is needed? You know, I think is hired with myself as the business owner on the workers' comp, and then you need insurance and stuff like that and different things like that. So when it comes to workers' comp, what are the bare minimum? What is it that you need, or how does it work?
Well, so let's say what workers' comp is, right? Workers' comp is an insurance that covers workers that in case of an injury at the workplace, right? So of course, the higher the risk, the injury, the higher the workers' comp. Right. So if you have somebody that's working with machinery, like if they heat pressing all day and there's a higher risk from them being injured by the machine, the workers' comp insurance is going to be higher. Versus if you have somebody working the front desk and they doing secretarial or admin, the risk is low, so the workers' comp is going to be lower. So it's all going to be based around what they're doing for you.
Right.
And how much you're paying them. Because again, you can say, okay, I'm going to pay this person annually, and this goes back to the planning, right? We want to plan. I estimate I'm going to pay this person, $20,000 annually. Right, so workers' comp will give you a quote based on $20,000. But say things go well, they working overtime, you end up paying $30,000. Workers' comp is gonna bill you extra for the difference.
Oh, you ain't tell me that. You ain't tell me that. Like, all right, you gotta stick to it. How much? No wonder they be like, how many hours you working?
I'm saying, but that's exactly now that you're about having that. You got that.
You think about having that job, and now it's like when they clocking your hours, they trying to like, oh, well, we might get a bill back at the end of the year.
But I mean, but it works the opposite too. If you don't pay them as much, you say you set out for $20,000, but you only pay them $15,000, then you'll get a refund or a credit.
They ain't giving that back.
They give it back. Yeah, so.
All right, man. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Okay, let's just talk about bank accounts in general. And you get your basic business account and all of that stuff. When it comes to paying taxes and stuff like that, should you like keep that in your operating account, or should you should you get a separate account, or how should that work?
I would say it depends on your level of organization, right? Because one account can do everything, but then how are you going to manage it? That's where I would suggest a bookkeeping system or something like that. Because with one account, you can pay all the bills, but you have to have a system to manage it to know, okay, do we have enough to pay that bill, right? Because I know some people, they'll get multiple bank accounts. Well, I'm gonna put this bank account and nothing over there is gonna be just marketing, right? I'm gonna give this bank account and that's over there just gonna be operations. Well, you still gotta manage those accounts, right? So to me, when you're just starting off and it's just you, simplify it. Just get the one bank account, but get you a bookkeeping system where you can track everything that's in that account, right? So like, for example, you running payroll where you know if you pay somebody $50, you're gonna have an additional $10 to cover, the expense you got to pay for. Make sure there's $60 in that bank account.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can actually, with the bookkeeping systems, you can track that.
What's a good bookkeeping system?
I mean, you know what? They pretty much all do the same, but I like Xero. That's the one that I use, is Xero. And the reason I like them, because you don't have to be accountant. You don't have to be an accountant to understand the language. The user interface, like if you need to pay a bill, you go click on pay a bill, versus if you use other accounting systems, they'll be like AP, accounts payable. And you like,
what the hell is that?
Exactly, what is that?
And I think I did like QuickBooks when I was trying to get organized a long time ago. And I'm like, man, what is all this?
Exactly.
And different things like that. I think Xero is definitely a good one because it's really, really simple.
Absolutely.
Really, really great interface, easy to use. And you don't have to like think outside. You can really just focus on what you do and just monitor it and stuff like that. Now, what about payroll?
Payroll, I use Gusto is one of the ones that we use. Why? Because it integrates seamlessly with Xero. Again, user interface. You can send emails out to the people you want to send out. Type their name, email, make sure it's the right email. Send that out to them, and they do everything online. And once they submit, then all you got to do is press a button, and they pay.
Hey, man, listen, this is just scratching the surface.
Absolutely.
As I learn more, I'm going to bring you guys more. We learning. I'm learning at least every day when it comes to trying to elevate what I'm doing in my business. I'm out meeting people. I'm out trying to find information to help the community out, and it is important to me. So I want to see you guys do well. Let them know where they can find you and what services you have to help them if they're getting started in the business, or what do you have on the way for them?
Oh, man, a lot of things. One, you can always find me. The biggest one, a lot of my free content that I use to help people get started, get elevated. Go to YouTube, The Self-Employed Tax Guy, to just clown around with me. Find me on Instagram at the same, The Self-Employed Tax Guy. But in the works, the service and offers, tax preparation, helping people get their books in order through my Operation Get Right. We got some courses that's on the way to help people really, when we talk about legitimizing your business, well, the course, the Self-Employed Business Academy, is going to help people really structure their business so they'll have a stronger foundation to stand on once they do like you're doing, going from, I'm going to say, just a hustler to an actual business operator, right? An actual business owner. So, and then that's really pretty much it.
All right, guys, it's been a lot of gems in here. If y'all got questions, put them down in the comments below. And the next time I'm in LA, I'll get those questions answered for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been your boy, Stan Banks from T-Shirt Sasu, here with my favorite uncle cousin. Peace.